the green belt. Now, I see this as a sort of bit of a sticky problem because a lot of our profession gain their work currently through housing, and there's a pressure on the green belt for expanded housing, as well as on countryside villages to expand into greenfield land, because they see former agricultural land as redundant. Well, perhaps it is, but that isn't part of a strategy for it to be. There isn't a plan that says it's redundant. It's just ad hoc that it becomes redundant. So there's the one view that the green belt is underutilized land, and the notion of a belt to tighten the city is too yesterday, and that we should use the green belt to expand housing into. But don't worry, folks, we're going to have green infrastructure that's going to permeate it and make it all lovely and healthy and green. What's your view of both sides of the argument?
Well, the green belt, the reasons for green belt have not gone away. That's the prevention of the coalescence of settlements. What we don't want to see is an amorphous mass where we lose that distinct sense of place as a profession. So I think the green belt concept is fine, but I also believe passionately in the multifunctional outcomes of green belt. So taking that point about children, taking that point about forests, you know, actually you could combine the two. You could really transform the green belt, keep that settlement, but also secure some of the really fascinating stand types that were adopted. Coppice woodland, for example, which is very much a community activity, could be a community activity. So you're right. You started by saying that we mustn't see things separately between town and country, and actually the green belt is the glue that draws these two things together. And we ought to have ambitions for our green belt. We ought to have management plans for our green belt to repurpose them to meet society's new agenda.